President Muhammadu Buhari will be leading Nigeria's delegation to the forthcoming Forum on China-African Cooperation, FOCAC, taking place in Beijing, China in September. Chinese envoy to Nigeria, Zhou Pyongyang, disclosed this in Abuja while briefing journalists on the forthcoming summit and the relationship between China and Nigeria. He says President Buhari will take part in key economic bilateral discussions in China as one of the revered leaders in Africa. He said a relationship between Nigeria and China has improved tremendously since President Buhari has assumed office.
The Nigerian delegation, President Buhari, will be attending. Before the summit on the 3rd and 4th, on the 1st of September, the 13th senior officials meeting of FOCAC is going to be held, and the Nigeria delegation is going to be there. 5 heads of state from each sub-region in Africa will also address the opening ceremony, the business summit, and President Buhari is going to address on that occasion. And besides the leaders, there will be 2 entrepreneurs will also address that meeting, one from China and one from Africa. And on the afternoon of the 3rd, first, the opening ceremony for the summit. And the Chinese president, the co-host, the co-chair, the South African president, and the chair of AUC, and the Secretary General of UN will address at the opening ceremony of FOCAC. The outcome documents, there are going to be 2. One is a political document. It's the Beijing Declaration toward an even stronger China-Africa community. The political document will set down strategic guidelines for the development of China-Africa relations and reflect the consensus of China and Africa on major issues, including jointly forging an even stronger community with a shared future. And the summit will also review and adopt the other document, the FOCAC Beijing Action Plan, which will lay out new approaches and new deliverables of enhancing win-win cooperation between the 2 sides, with a particular focus on jointly building the Belt and the Road, the AU Agenda 2063, the UN 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, and will specify plans for future China-Africa cooperation across the board. President Buhari attended the last summit in Johannesburg in 2015, and President Buhari was the first African head of state who visited China after the FOCAC Johannesburg summit. So our 2 sides reached important consensus at the highest levels. And since then, I should say, China and Nigeria cooperation has entered a new phase of rapid development, new stage of rapid development.